Hi everyone, this is Andrea with Chiquettes, and today I'm going to demonstrate for you how I apply soak-off gel polish. If you don't know, gel polish cures in a UV light or an LED light. It uses the UV light technology to cure or harden the nail polish. So it's completely dry to the touch, and you can go about your day as soon as you're done polishing your nails. And you don't have to worry about smudging or denting your nail polish. It's awesome. The other great thing is that it's long lasting. It'll last anywhere from 2 to 3 weeks if it's applied correctly, and it also adds a lot of strength to your nails. So the first thing that I do, and I have a little buffer here, the first thing I do is buff each of my nails with a very fine buffer. I just want to take off the shine, and this helps the foundation adhere to the nails. So I give each of them a very light buff. And as I demonstrate for you today, I'll probably show you most of the techniques with one finger and then fast forward through just to make this video go a little bit faster for you. Okay, so now that I've given each of the nails a very light buff, I'm going to use a lint-free alcohol wipe and just wipe each of the nails off. It's very important that you clean the nails and remove all oils. You know, if you've used lotion or if you used a nail oil or cuticle oil, you really need to make sure that your nails are good and clean. That way the foundation sticks to the nail. If you do not clean the oils off, there's a good chance that you'll have chipping or peeling. So this is a very important step. And you can see I make sure, you know, I wipe them very well, and I'm using my nail on my right hand to really get down into the cuticle area and clean each of them very well. And I'm also, as I'm doing that, I'm also, you know, pushing back the skin and, you know, pushing those cuticles back a little bit. And I really, you know, I really don't do a lot with my cuticles. Fortunately, I have, you know, pretty decent cuticles. I don't trim them. I don't really do too much. I just push them back and clean them like so, and that's about it. So, okay, now that I've cleaned them off, I want to make sure that they're all completely dry before I start applying polish. So I'm actually going to sit here for about 30 seconds and just let these dry. Okay, now that my nails are dry, I'm going to apply the foundation. And today I'm using Gelish. I just want to point out I'm going to be using an LED light today. LED does work with Gelish. Check with the brand that you're using. Check to see what light technology works with the brand, because different brands use different technology. I believe almost all gel polishes will work with the UV light. LED lights only cure certain brands, so definitely check that. So I am just going to apply this foundation on each of these nails very carefully. And I'm not sure if you can see this, but when I polish, I steady my right hand on the table there. And with each layer, I cap the tips. And you want to cap the tips even with your foundation just to make sure you get a good bond, and that just helps prevent any chipping or peeling at the tips. Okay, now that my foundation is applied, I'm going to use my LED light, and I'm going to cure this. The bottle says 10 seconds in LED or 1 minute in a UV light. I'm actually going to put mine in the light for about 30 seconds. Okay, now that my foundation is cured, I'm going to apply my first coat of color, and today I'm actually using a real bright orange. This is Tiki Tiki Laranga by Gelish, and I'm going to apply a thin coat on each of the nails. And the first coat, really, you know, it might be a little bit streaky. You're going to see through it. Don't worry too much about that. You want to apply thin coats to avoid any wrinkling or any problems while curing. And again, I'm steadying my hand, my right hand, on the table just to get, you know, good control over the brush. And I try to be as careful as possible to avoid the cuticle skin area. If you do get a little bit of polish on your skin, it's not a big deal. It's easy to wipe up. And I'll actually demonstrate for you by getting some on my skin here. And I'll show you before I cure. I'm going to clean that up with a brush and a little bit of acetone. Okay, now before I cure, what I have here, this is a little cap full of acetone. There's just a little bit in the bottom there. I'm not sure if you can see. So I'm going to use that, and I have this angled brush. This is actually from my Bundle Monster set. It's a nice little angled brush that I use, and I'm just going to dip that into the acetone. I'm actually going to like dip it in there, and I don't want it to be too wet, so I'm going to wipe it off on my paper towel here. And then I'm just going to go around the nails. You do see I have a couple little spots on a couple of the nails. So this middle finger here, this is the one where I really, went out of the line. So I'm just going to clean that up before I cure. If you cure with the polish pooling in your cuticle area, it will harden and it'll be hard to get out of there. And that will also cause lifting and peeling. So you really want to be sure to do your cleanup before you use your light. Okay, and I have not used this color before, but you can see, I don't know if you can see that on my pinky there. There's a little bit of pooling from the edges there, but I'm not going to worry too much about it. With the first coat, it'll correct itself as I apply more coats. This is actually pretty common. So here I go. I'm going to cure the first coat in my UV light, or my LED light for 30 seconds. Okay, my first coat is cured, and I'm going to repeat that process 2 more times. I'm going to apply 3 coats of color using the same technique. And I just want to mention that, make sure that you turn your light off. Your light has to be completely off when you're polishing. If your light is facing your nails and you're polishing, there's a good chance that your brush is going to harden up, and we don't want that. I hear a lot of people say that their brushes get hard. It's usually because you are applying in front of your light while it's still on. Okay, I'm done curing my last coat, and now I'm going to apply the Gelish Top It Off. This is my top coat. This is what's going to make my nails nice and hard and shiny. And I'm going to just apply a thin coat to each nail. I'm going to be very careful again not to get it on my cuticles or on my skin. And I'm also going to cap the tip of each nail. Okay, my top coat is now cured, and I'm going to use another lint-free alcohol wipe here, which I've already opened up, and I'm just going to wipe off the tacky layer from each of the nails. And also while I'm cleaning up here, if you have any, a little bit of color on your skin at the end, if you haven't top coated it, it really should wipe off with your alcohol wipe. And there you have it. Now my nails are completely dry to the touch, and I can go about my day and not have to worry about them chipping or denting or smudging. So I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and we'll see you next time.